Hey everyone, I'm going to start out by quickly saying if you hear any background noise, that is my daughter practicing her clarinet. So, very creative household. I apologize if you end up hearing it. Alright. Um, okay. Let me start by giving a disclaimer. Or a couple of disclaimers. First of all, I am not kid friendly. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few cuss words that slip in this one, so we're going to try our best. We'll see. But if you have any little ones around, please go watch something else and come back. I'd love to have you here. Also, the topic of this video is obviously, I'm pretty sure the title is going to be fairly dramatic, but this is, it's serious. But it's going to be a very dark and kind of disgusting topic. So if you're sensitive to any of this, anything being done to animals, mistreatment, neglect, abuse, any of those things, please go watch something else. If this isn't the type of video for you, I completely understand. For me, though, it really pisses me off. So we're going to try our best to just get into it. I will start by saying that I truly don't understand how it is even possible that I've already made one video called A YouTuber Killed Their Dog, and now here we are again, and there was actually one in between. So, I know many of you know Nikki Phillippi and her husband put down their dog Bowser, a perfectly healthy dog, and anytime I talk about that, I want to stress, perfectly healthy dog. They said the dog misbehaved for a really long time. They had this dog for like 8 or 9 years. The dog nips their son, and they're like, "Oh no, we're done." Her husband even made the comment that he wanted to take Bowser out back and put him down like Old Yeller. I cannot with these people, and I thought that was one of those things where that could only happen once, right? Like that's how many times can that possibly go on? But oh my God, was I wrong. So, after Nikki Phillippi and her husband put down their dog Bowser, there was another YouTube couple, family vlogger, whatever. They were from Australia, I believe, and they had an incident with a brand new puppy. I'm sorry, I'm slightly distracted by the child that just slid in here on her stomach
I was
to come get her
trying not
drink.
to interrupt your video.
It's
I knew you were filming.
It's a thank you.
I'm sorry.
She's so considerate. I love her so much. Okay. So this Australian family vlogging couple, they get a puppy, and they're in the middle of moving when a terrible accident happens, and a dresser falls on their puppy and kills the puppy. I can't explain the anger that makes me feel. Do accidents happen? Tragic things happen? Yes. I just can't imagine. You know you have a new puppy. You know you're moving, obviously, heavy-ass furniture, and you didn't think to put the puppy up? Whew. So to be here today talking about yet another YouTuber who has now killed their dog, it's just mind-blowing to me, and it pisses me off to no end. But before we get into what happened in this situation, and I'm sure there's going to be tons and tons of videos about this, and rightfully so, but there's no way I was just going to sit back and not make a video about it, because I can't deal with these feelings without talking to you guys. But before we get into what happened, I want to give you a little bit of a backstory about the YouTuber herself. So, her name is Brittany Dawn. I knew absolutely not shit about this woman, which makes sense because her content is something I wouldn't watch. Like, I'm not her audience. So apparently, back in the day, she was a fitness guru, influencer, whatever. And she scammed all of her fans. So she comes up with this whole thing where she's going to give her fans, or, whoever signs up for this, personalized meal plans, and I believe exercises as well. I'm not completely sure on that, but personalized meal plans at the very least. And these people were not having the best experience with her. She wasn't interacting with them and getting back to them the way that she was supposed to. And so these people get together, they start a Facebook group, and they start talking and realizing, hey, I got the same meal plan. Oh, we all got the same meal plan. She was taking their money and then giving them all the same plan, even though this was supposed to be personalized for their health, which is extremely important, and you're spending your money on it. So she literally scammed her fans, and then she moves on to become this Christian religious influencer, YouTuber, whatever. Now, I don't like to question people's faith or anything. I actually just put out 2 videos not too long ago about myself finding God, and I think it's a very personal thing. However, I feel like if you have found a way to monetize that, as she has, it's a little gross to me. Like, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna be right now, real honest with you. I think she's a money hungry, shitty ass person. Which brings me to her husband. Now, when I decided I was going to make a video, I kept seeing a lot of her background, and I was like, is it really necessary to share this? And then I heard in one video I watched a little bit about her husband, that he was an ex-police officer who had been fired, but I didn't know the full extent of it, and I was like, is this really necessary to share? However, as I've learned more about these 2 individuals, I feel like it shows their character, and I think it matters. I really do, because I really believe these are some shitty fucking people. So her husband was a police officer who lost his job for basically beating the hell out of a black man. He threw the man face first onto the concrete. It's a bit much. I'm not going to be sharing any videos, but there is a video out there. There's articles about it. So if you want to find that information, you can. I don't remember the asshole's name, but I'll try to remember to put it in my description box so that, there it is if you want to look him up and you want to find out the whole extent of it. But basically, he's a piece of shit, and she's a money-hungry piece of shit, and I don't like either one of them. So to get into her story and her version of events, now she puts out an Instagram post about it, and then she makes a YouTube video about it, and there are some discrepancies or changes in her story, which I find interesting, because it's like, why would your story change if you're just telling what happened? You know what I mean? Give me just a second. And I'm back. I thought her door was open, but no, she's just loud. So if you hear it all, I'm very sorry. I actually recorded this video in the pickup line to get her from school, and that was a hot mess. So I'm doing my best. Alright, so we're going to start with her Instagram post. It was very dramatic, and it just... First of all, like, why? Why are these people killing their dog? But second of all, why are you sharing this? I don't understand, but I have some thoughts, and we'll get to that. So it starts out with her and her husband went to Lowe's, and it was, 45 minutes, and they come back, and she sees her dog, Brody, in the road, and she's like, oh my God, why is my dog in the road? And then she realizes that he's not moving, he's not getting up, so she jumps out of the truck and runs to him, and then sees that he's too far gone, he can't be helped, and her husband comes and gets her, and he takes her into the house, and then all of a sudden, she hears a truck engine rev up, and that's when she knew that he was dead. That's when her husband pulled out his gun and shot their dog in the middle of the street. I'm gonna do my best to keep it together in this one, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's gonna go well. So I'm gonna move on now to her YouTube video, where she starts out by saying, yesterday we went to Home Depot or Lowe's, I don't remember, and then, goes about telling the same story. So she sees her dog is out, and that's when she lets this little bit of information slip that, well, usually, we were only gone for 45 minutes, and usually The dogs don't go out on the road when we just leave them outside unless if we leave them out overnight. And I'm just like, I have questions, bitch. Okay, bitch, I got questions. Were they on a lead? Like, was this dog on a lead and got off of it? Was this dog in a fence? Either way, for me personally, and I've had several dogs in the past. I have cats, or a cat now, and oof, I mean, I love my cat, but I would never just leave my dog, even in a fenced-in yard. If I'm going somewhere, especially for 45 minutes, 45 minutes to leave a dog alone is a long time. Dogs get curious, they get rambunctious, they want to do shit, they want to, if they realize you're not watching them, they're gonna try to get away with shit. They're like toddlers, okay? That's just how that works. So 45 minutes is a long time to leave a dog, even in a fenced-in yard, unattended. I personally would not. I know there are people that will disagree, and that's fine. But she acts surprised that the dog was out and in the road, and it was like, my dog never goes to the road. But she never specifies, like, what was the dog in a fence? Did the dog get out of a fence or a gate? Did it get off of a lead? Or was their dog just running around and you expected it not to go in the road? Like, I want to know. I need to know. I don't think it makes the situation any better, but I need to know. So she says the dog's not moving. She, of course, dramatic, jumps out of the truck, runs to him. She's crying. Now there's two men that came over to be there, I guess. And then her husband, and in the time that she's with the dog, she assesses the dog. Now, she makes a point to say that she was a vet tech for some amount of time. Like, I don't even remember how long. Listen, lady. Are you a vet? Do you have the experience and the training and the knowledge to assess the dog within 2 seconds while you're upset? Because keep in mind, this is her fucking dog. This is your baby. Like, you know how you feel about your animals? Like, I know how I feel about my animals. Do you think in that time, like, even if she has been a trained professional vet for years, can you make that decision right there on the spot? It's a little frustrating. It's just like, and then quickly she's whisked away by her husband, and again, she hears the engine rev up, and that's when she knew that he was gone because he shot the fucking dog in the middle of the street. I cannot even. So not once did they think, I mean, I'm just going to be real with you guys. My reaction would be load the fucking dog up and try to get it to an emergency vet. Try to get the dog some help. I don't care how bad it looked. And especially, and I have a hard time believing that she could just look at this dog and tell. Because a lot of times when dogs get hit, yes, there is some blood and external, injuries, but a lot of times it's internal injuries. It's internal bleeding and swelling and things like that. So you don't really know. I just can't, I don't understand how, again, being emotional, being in shock, seeing your dog like that, you can just run up to it, see that this dog is suffering so bad and can't survive, and then you're like, if it were me, and I'm going to tell you a story in just a second of something that I went through, so I know how I would react. But if it were me, and my husband just whisks me into the house and then shoots my fucking dog, I would lose my mind. First of all, I wouldn't leave my dog. And I'm going to tell you this, I had this happen. I had my dog get up onto a main road, which we live like on a dead end road, but at the top of the street, it's a main fucking road, and my dog got hit, and he did not make it. And this is how I reacted. I freaked the fuck out. I grabbed my dog up, and my husband is freaking out, and he runs as I'm holding my dog. He runs, and I'm sorry. He's trying to get to the car to come save our dog, to get him up. And I held my dog while he took his last breath. I would never have left him. We were going to get him help, or we were going to sit right the fuck there and like I did, hold him. How can you leave your dog? Like, I don't understand. And how could her husband, I'm sorry, he's just a piece of shit. How could he be so quick to be like, yeah, the dog's suffering. You get in the house. I'll take care of it. Bam. I just can't. It pisses me off to no end. All of these people, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with these YouTubers I mean, there's no reason this should be like the third time we're talking about a YouTuber killing their fucking dog. You know, I still say Nikki Phillippi and her husband, that's like the most disgusting shit, because Bowser was a perfectly healthy dog and it was not his fault that he wasn't trained or loved on or let out. But the ones that the accident happened with moving, it's like, you know, and I try really hard not to be too judgmental. Maybe it was just a really fucked up tragic accident and they didn't think about it. They didn't think the puppy would get in the way or whatever. I try to be more understanding. But in this situation, it's just, I don't see how. If she had the vet training that she claims to have had, how can you know? Like, how can you sit there and just glance down at your dog? You're all upset. Like, how could you make that decision? If you were trained, how is it not your initial reaction to rush that dog to the vet? As a fucking pet owner, how is that not your reaction? And again, at the very least, if the dog was truly so bad off, how could you leave it? I'm sorry. If you love your pets, they're like your babies. You don't just leave them. And I can't imagine. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I'm furious with these people. And then learning her background and learning her husband's background, they seem disgusting. They're disgusting, shitty ass people. And I'm so frustrated with the situation. I'm not even going to ask you guys to share your thoughts and opinions down below, because I know that all of my subscribers care about their animals. I've gotten so many comments about Oreo, my old cat, in the background. By the way, he's doing great. But, you know, I know that you guys would never, and I know that you would do anything to save your pet. So instead of asking you to share your opinions, and let's just have a good moment. I'm going to try to get down in the comment section with you guys. We can talk about it if it's something you feel like you want to talk about. But also, I'd like to ask, share pictures of your pets with me. I don't care whether it's a fish, a bird, a dog, a cat. Share some pictures. I'd love to see your pets. I think we should be celebrating our animals. And I feel so bad for these dogs that are being... There's a lot of them that are being mistreated. They get bought, especially by family vloggers and influencers. They get bought as an accessory. You know, like, oh, we got to complete our little family. We need a dog. It's disgusting. I want to see people who genuinely love their pets and care for their pets. And if you have any other thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, you feel free to put them in the comment section. But it's just, this is sad, and it pisses me off. It's heartbreaking, because we don't know, okay? Maybe the dog wouldn't have made it, okay? But we'll never know, because her husband chose to go outside and put a bullet in the dog's head. And that's fucked up. Sorry, this is a heavy one. I'm very sensitive when it comes to animals. I don't like this. So, again, I love you guys so much. Please leave photos of your pets. Any type of pet. We love them all. I've had several different kinds. I've had geckos and guinea pigs and hamsters and just anything, any pet. If you love them, put a picture of them down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.